Hello, hello. My name is Ivan. I'm an artist, and welcome on my channel. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for all the comments you left under my previous videos, and for all of the subscriptions. I had no idea so many of you would be interested. I'm really pleased, and it means a lot for me. So, people in the comments, they sometimes asking for some advices. Also, people on the Reddit also asking things like what tools I'm using, how I learned things, and stuff like that. So I decided maybe I should share some of my knowledge and experience with you. Disclaimer time. I'm a professional artist with the background in the game dev industry, and I have over the 15 years of experience. But I'm also a self-taught artist, so take everything with the grain of salt. And everything I'm talking about is based on my own practice and experience. It's not a professional school or something. It's just my opinion. And while it might be useful for you, it's not a substitute for education, for real education. And I do highly recommend you to attend some good schools, or reading some books in addition to what I'm saying here. And please have fun, because it's a long road. There is like no much shortcuts, so it will take time. That's why it's so important to have fun. So let's start. So today we're gonna talk about the beginners misconceptions. And I think the first one is tools matters. Tools matters. I don't think that's true, because like good artists, they could use whatever they have, and you should do the same. So just use whatever you have. That's my suggestion. And another one is don't waste. And by don't waste, I mean don't waste your energy, don't waste your time, don't waste your money on like buying stuff, because it's not gonna make you a better artist. So I think the conception is some beginners, they think like, let's say this is your level, your current level, and this is the level of some professional tool, some instrument, I don't know, like pen or oils or whatever, paints or iPad Pro, whatever. So this is you, and this is cool tool. And some people think that it will, like, if you have this kind of tool, it will equalize your level with the level of a tool, and the end result will be higher than your current level. Like it's gonna bring you on another level. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. So don't, just as I said, don't waste your time, don't waste your money, don't waste plastic. So whatever you already have is completely fine. It could be just pen and pencil, or pen and I mean paper and pencil, or paper and pen, like this cheap one. It costs around like 20 cents maybe, like a cheap roller ball pen. Or it could be anything else. It could be something pricey. It could be iPad, or it could be your computer with the digitizer, tablet, whatever. So the minimal is like A4 printer paper, and the pen. That's all you need. So basically just the big block of this, A4 paper, and whatever pen you have. Just to show you, this is the printed paper I'm using. Just a huge block, half empty, of printer paper and a simple pen. All right, so the point number 2 is details matters. It's also not true. I noticed like a lot of beginners, they are so focusing on the details, trying to put a beautiful shading, but same time having all the other stuff broken, like composition, anatomy, whatever. 3D shape, it doesn't work, 3D form. But people still focusing on the details because that's what they like and that's what they trying to reproduce, but that's not the case as well, in my opinion. So I just put they don't, and I can prove it because as you may know, like most of the cartoons, they are pretty simple, like for example like this. How to draw it, like that's probably gonna be the ugliest Bart Simpson in the world, but you know this dude, right? And I mean, my point is that there is like much more important things in the art, aspects of the art, but details. So you need to focus on that instead. He's drunk or what? So they just don't. And my proof is the cartoons. Point number 3 gonna be screen only refs. So only referencing from your screen, your iPad or your phone or whatever. And I also, to be honest, I also mostly using references from a screen and almost not drawing from the real life, and that's a mistake. So the answer to that will be do some live drawings. And I think it is important, drawings. It is important because I will explain why. Because like let's say you have an object, like something maybe like just a cube, and this is like your eyes, and your eyes, both of your eyes, they see a slightly different image. So from this side and from that side, and it creates a 3D feeling of the object in your head. So that's why it is important, because when you're just drawing from a screen, so this is your computer screen and this is your eyes, they seeing the very same image. It doesn't changes a lot. So basically you see in 2D, and that's the huge difference, because drawing from the live probably will help you to understand the 3D shape better, because of this feature, like stereoscopic feature. So yeah, and you don't have to like attend some pricey live drawing sessions or something. You can just use whatever you have in your house and just draw your, I don't know, cups. Or whatever object you have in your house, Anyway, you got the idea. Next, number 4 is not sharing your art. The tools matters, details matters, screen only refs, and not sharing your art. Yeah, and this is the mistake. This is the misconception as well, because, well, I completely understand you guys. I also like hesitate sometimes to share my drawing because, I kind of, well, I'm just afraid, to be perceived as a unexperienced artist. But in fact, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. And when you're sharing your art, you're just getting experience and you're just getting feedback of what works and what is not works. Because you're not doing your art just for yourself, probably. You still want to be um, like recognized or praised or whatever. So let's say this is you. This is you. This is you in a beautiful cap. And this is your nice nice image of like some flowers or something in a nice frame, right? And this is another person. So, and you need this cycle. You need this cycle. So you're doing something, you're sharing it with someone, and he's sharing his opinion, his feedback, or her feedback, whatever. So this is important. And so let me just note, the feedback is important for sure. Otherwise, you just staying inside of your mind, and it's a very restricted system, you know. So you need to do this. This is the only way to progress, I think. And especially, what is especially valuable is the feedback from professionals, or at least from people, professionals, especially from people who not as much beginners as you, so have a higher experience or whatever, a higher level in art, because it will give you a truly helpful and useful hints how to improve. Because some people, they just sharing with the friends, with their close ones, with their relatives, and probably they get like a nice feedback. Yeah, you're doing good. That's great. That's awesome. And it's cool. It's nice. But it kind of misleading you, because you need like a very objective information about what you're drawing. So not sharing your art is, in my opinion, a huge misconception and mistake. The next one, this will be painful. And it will be, I'm drawing enough. I'm drawing enough. So I think a lot of beginners, they underestimate how much you need to draw to progress. And it might be how to say it, depressing, right, and scary, but don't be afraid. As I said before, have fun. That's the point. You need to find the fun in the process, not in the end result, not only in the end result. Of course, it's very nice when you finished something and you're really happy how it turns out, but you need to find a way to entertain yourself, to have some fun in the process. Yeah. So when I'm saying people don't understand how much they need to draw, I mean you should draw much more probably than you do now. So, and this must be your daily practice, daily routine. You should do it at every opportunity you have. So just try to watch yourself, and let's say if you get bored and you're starting like scrolling some, I don't know, Reddit or Instagram, whatever, maybe it's a better idea, instead of doing this, you could just make a quick sketch or something, and that's gonna be your entertainment instead. So maybe get yourself like this like small sketchbook, you know, and a pen, and at every opportunity, at every like 5 minutes of free time you have, you can make some sketches. Save you can store some references in your smartphone, whatever, and just draw from your smartphone at every opportunity. That's my point. So when you're bored, just draw. just make this the part of your life, really, and it's really helpful. Okay, So number 6 is let's call it drawing anything long enough. Drawing anything long enough. Yeah, that might be a trap because well, first of all, let me show it in some kind of chart or something. So let's say this is the time spent, and this is your skill or quality you get from the time spent. So let's say you start in drawing something, and at the beginning it actually starts really good, and then it slows down, and you get in this like a shelf. Basically, you go into your comfort zone. I think it's time to stop and to make an maybe analysis. So, and to proceed after the analysis. So you're doing the analysis, and it will restarting the your studying process. So that's analysis or feedback, or maybe changing the subject, and change something. My suggestion would be to make a plan how to progress. You should move along your plan, not just randomly drawing things from the Pinterest. That's my point. So another point is the analysis, and how it's spelled, analysis, yeah. And change subject sometimes. It's really useful because world is so big, there's like so many things to draw, so why just sticking to just one subject, one matter. All right, number 7, I guess. Number 7 will be talent. Oh yeah, talent. So the talent, some people say the talent doesn't exist, and I actually don't agree. I think it exists, but it is not that important, I'd say. So my point is, it exists, but it shouldn't discourage you, but not important. Okay, let's say we have let's say this is the bottle. This is the like a slice of a bottle, and this is the talent bottle. This is the talent bottle. So, and let's say this is something we call like a good level of art, like pleasingly looking stuff. So this is the good level, and I think let's say like half of it is the talent. To get to the good level, the half of it is the talent, and the half of it is the hard work. So my point is, nobody have like zero talent like here, and he had to work to compensate that much to get to a good level. Most of the people, they have like, let's say from 10 to maybe 60% or something points, like in RPG. I don't know. So in my opinion, so most people, like they have maybe like 30, 40, whatever, and the rest they have to compensate with the hard work. And yeah, some people, they are a little bit more talented. Maybe they have more. Maybe they have to compensate less. But that's the only difference. But everyone have to work hard to get to this good level. Yeah, and nobody have like 100 of talent from the birth. Maybe the Da Vinci. So let's say this is the Da Vinci. Yeah, and also what I think is, if you are like more talented person, you just progressing faster. So this curve on the chart, it will be just more steep. So you will just progress faster. That's the talent. So number 8 is let's call it over polishing. I noticed like a lot of beginners, they tend to draw in this like short line, hairy lines. So and also they rely a lot on the eraser. So they just erasing stuff and starting over, and they over polishing something, they drawing like a nose, and they trying to get the best result. Instead of like doing this over polishing, you need to maybe plan more. Let's say you need like to draw like a forehead or something. So and you're trying to get this like perfect line. You putting like dozens of these lines to get this decent looking this line. Maybe you just need to slow down. Maybe you just need to put like a small plan in your head. So okay, maybe how this forehead looks like is, maybe it's like, okay, almost a straight line, and there is like a smooth rounded corner and another line. So just put a plan like this in your head before you even start into scribble. So and then after that, make like a ghosting, like imply or pretend you're making a line like a few times, and then just do it in one motion. So this is gonna look much more, well, at least much more confident compared to this like over polishing and trying to erase stuff and remake it again and stuff like that. So instead of over polishing, my suggest is plan things, and instead of like trying to finish just one drawing and make it as much perfect as you can, I think it's much more productive to actually make a few iterations of the same thing with the less details, no erasing, but just few iterations. It's much more profitable for you in terms of progressing as an artist. So iterations, not erasing. Yeah, and also probably I will suggest like more bold steps. This is you, and this is your goal, like beautiful art. Let's say it's I will illustrate it as a cake. Okay, and you want to get to this cake, and what you're doing, you're making like a first step, kind of in a direction of a cake, like good art. And after that, you're starting to over polish. You're starting to move around, doing steps like this, trying to fix some small things, but it doesn't really affect anything. It doesn't really change anything, and you're confused because nothing really progressed. That's the point, and that's because you're staying relatively in the same spot, and you're still seeing your goal from the very same perspective. So maybe instead of over polishing and walking circles, make like a bold move, change something drastically, and yeah, it's not towards your goal, but at least you will get another perspective, and you will make another bold move, and you will get another perspective, and that might help you to eventually get there. So yeah, I think that's it. Sorry if the video was boring for you. It is really philosophical, but I hope it was at least a little bit helpful. If you have any questions, please ask, and I will answer the questions. for sure. Maybe next video will be about some real art I'm working on, but this time I decided to give this like hints of beginners' misconceptions, which I think very useful, and so many people actually struggling with this stuff. So okay, thank you for being with me for so long, and see you later. Have a nice day. Bye bye.